Hi, I'm going to be making a video where I share my experiences in the American job market as a teenager and young adult. So, my story in the working world starts when I was 17 in 2008, and I lived in a city called Missoula in the state of Montana, and the city is about 100,000 people, to give a reference. So at this time, there was lots of talk about the economy being bad, so I expected that I would have a hard time finding work. But actually, I didn't even have to make a totally back-breaking effort, and over the course of 10 months, I was hired at 2 different places, and I stumbled across a third job offer, so I was pretty surprised that I found work so easily. Since 2008, I have moved to the city of Tucson, Arizona, which is about 1 million people, and I didn't start looking for work again until very late in 2010, and in between, let's say, November 2010 and February 2011, I sent out probably around 200 job applications, which over the course of 4 months isn't really that much. But I sent out around this many applications online using Craigslist, which is like this online forum for many things, but including job postings. So, looking now at these 200 applications that I sent out, 1 or 2 of them resulted in a job interview, which is, I mean, this might be common knowledge, but a job interview for a teenager or young adult looking for work is considered to be kind of like a step up, because they're actually bringing you to their location and they want to take a look at you, and it's kind of like proof that they're taking you seriously. So you dress nice for job applications and behave yourself and don't swear. And yes, so most of them were completely disregarded. I got one was replied to by some lady who was saying, you know, like, thanks but no, declining my application. 2 or 3 of these applications that I sent out over Craigslist online were responded to with scams, and in this video series I will definitely make some videos describing my experiences with the scams, because that's kind of like a current issue and they're out there and they do take advantage of bright-eyed young people. And yes, so the restaurant business postings, what the job people who are offering the jobs are saying typically is that for even menial labor like washing dishes in a restaurant, they want 2 years experience, which is pretty stiff competition. So my lack of any kind of lengthy experience in anything basically is probably why I'm being completely disconsidered. Yeah, so recently I've changed my tactic, and instead of using the online method, I'm actually going to places and just saying, will you take my application? And that seems to be effective, but I'll talk more about that later, after I've gone on and tested it out some more. Okay, one more piece of information. I was out with my sister and my father at a local family-owned restaurant, and my sister mentioned to our waitress, which is a older Vietnamese woman, about how she's having a hard time finding work because they meaning the employers, they all want more experience than she has. And the lady who was serving us, we kind of know her because we've been there a few times to that restaurant, just got really upset, and she was like, that's so unfair. How can they expect you to have experience when they're not going to give you a chance to work? All the girls here at my restaurant are having the same problem. They can't find work. And And the woman was just like really animated and upset and concerned that things are so hard for young people. I went to turn in an application at a restaurant a while ago, and I went there just about, because they'll say come in on this day and between these times and give us an application while the interview manager is in the store. So the person who's in charge of job interviews will be at a certain location between this particular place. The hours given were like between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. So I showed up at about 7 o'clock, 7:10 maybe. And there was people were already there filling out applications. People showed up at 7 a.m. on the dot. One of them was like a 45-year-old lady who's competing with me to make sandwiches and wash dishes. That was really messed up. In that woman, there was so much fear in her, so much what's a good way to describe it? So much just feeling helpless and being like totally dependent on, because like that expression where it's just like, I need a job, I need a job, I need a job. Yes, so that's the end of this video. I will continue looking for work and continue to share my experiences.